Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here, and welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. Imagine you've laid out your path, you're on this trail, and you come around the corner, and there's this huge boulder that's keeping you from going any further. What do? Do you just sit down, wait for somebody to come take care of it? Do you go back home? Or do you innovate? No matter what, you're going to figure out a way to get over that boulder, around that boulder, if you have to go under it and around it. You know, I have the opportunity of working with some of the greatest entrepreneurs in the world, and we've been bombarded with boulders this year. And I've watched how they've dealt with it. I kind of break entrepreneurs down into two broad classes, and you could do the same thing for leaders. Leaders in businesses, families, wherever. Two different mindsets, both are good, both have value. Reservoirs trying to get as much water as they can into their reservoir. They're highly motivated by how big the fish are. And how do you get fish in a reservoir? You buy them, right? They're highly motivated by having a big house, seeing that guy's dock or that guy's boat and getting it just as big and getting as much water as they can. A river mindset on the other, and that's good. You know, lots of jobs over there. They create jobs, they create innovation, they create product, they distribute, they're essential. But there's also that river mindset that's more interested in the flow and how do we create flow and control that flow. Rivers attract tributaries. Rivers create natural spawning areas for fish to come and spawn. Wildlife and all kinds of flora and everything are attracted to its banks. They irrigate pastures, they irrigate crops, they create electricity, they create light. So I'm more interested, for me, I feel I'm more comfortable working with the rivers. And so I've had a chance to kind of look at the rivers and say, what would they do? And so I have a formula that I'm going to share with you. I call it the go plus do plus be. Just that simple formula. So go is a mindset. That's all it is. It's the opposite of no go. You know, first and foremost, are you willing to go, get up off your booty and get up and start innovating and getting around that rock? It's much easier to go if you know where you're going. But sometimes we just don't know. In a crisis or when things just bombard us, we just don't know. And so we have to scale down and look at something that's even a little bit closer. But you have to believe that there is a future that's bigger than your past that's out there. I remember one particular rough situation that I went through. I mean, very tough. And I mean, I was desperate. Everything was just so focused on right now, and I didn't know what to do. I was paralyzed. Until I came up with one question, one simple question, and that is, will I be better or worse for having gone through this experience? And I made the decision that no matter what, I was going to be better. I could only see myself better, and that vision sustained me, inspired me, and motivated me to make sure that I was better when I got to the other side of that boulder for me. And I think that in many respects, if all of us will say, no matter what's going on here, I'm going to be better when I get to the other side. So pick a milestone. Imagine a milestone on the other side of your boulder. Right now, think of the pandemic. Can you see yourself maybe sitting at an ice cream parlor with your family or friends and laughing and enjoying and no masks and just enjoying each other? Or pick something else that's a milestone. Pick a business objective that's a milestone that gives you pleasure and gives you excitement and drives you and motivates you. Name it. So for the purposes of what we're talking right now, I'm just going to call it the ice cream parlor. It's like the horizon. You want to, as you move closer to the ice cream parlor, the bigger your future starts to emerge. So do it. Okay? So now, when you're going, so now do it. Get in motion. Motion can only happen in the now, in the moment. You do not need to be exceptional to act, but you need to act to be exceptional. So what small step can I take today? What small step can you take that'll move you closer to that ice cream parlor? So there you got the go and you got the do. Now the be. The be is becoming. In Strategic Coach, we talk about a thing called PTS. They call it C, I call it I. PTSI. It's the opposite of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So it's protect, transform, stabilize, and innovate. What are those things that you want to protect most? So as you're becoming, if you prioritize those things that you value most, what are they? Your family, your health, your values, your unique ability, your morning routines. What are those things that you're going to keep with you no matter what? You want to protect those. Don't lose sight of those. So make sure that you are becoming, and by using those things, you want to transform. So you're looking at your workplace. Maybe you get to transform your workplace or the way you learn, or maybe you can increase learning as a result of where you're at. But how can you transform the obstacle into something that's good? Stabilize. Everybody's looking at you to be stabilizers, whether it's just your family or whether it's your business, if you're in business for yourself or what, they're looking to you to be a stabilizer. So how do you do that? Well, you become the calm in the storm by knowing where you're going and being proactive. And being able to say, we're going to the ice cream parlor. And then the I is for innovation. How might we do this even better, faster, cheaper, or easier? You should continually challenge not only what is not working, but challenge what is working, because things are happening at a super fast pace. This is the big picture, the bigger picture. When you reach that proverbial ice cream parlor, will you be able to say, I'm better? And if you are better, I'm better as a result of this. And if you are better, then imagine what you could then be capable of achieving, and get that in your mind, get that in the vision. What we become is based on the choices we make. Yes and no lead in opposite directions and determine the course of our lives. By going, I learn where to go. By doing, I learn what to do. By being, I learn what I am capable of becoming. Stephen R. Covey said, to learn and not to do is really not to learn. To know and not to do is really not to know. Make this week meaningful. Let's go, let's do, and let's be. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.